Hello, everybody, to whoever's watching. This is the first live stream video, and yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. But anyway, I'm just gonna talk to whoever's listening on there. Um, so Manchester United ended up losing to Copenhagen, 4 goals to 3. Now, what a crazy honestly, it can never be anything simple with this team. It's never anything. It's like a never easy win. It's always like a grinded out win, or some dramatic ending to the game, or something is always happening with Manchester United. Overall, it was a great start. Let's start with the positive. So it was a great start to the game. I I I was very happy for Rasmus because Rasmus has been under some criticism lately, rightly so in the league, but in the Champions League, he's always bagged goals. So it's good to see that he is actually a great striker, no matter what anybody says. He's a great striker, and he just needs like the service, you know what I mean? Once he gets the service, he'll be able to finish. And you know, lately we haven't been able to give him any service at all. So it's actually great to see that he actually got some good service today, and he's finished the goals very well. Even though they're tap-ins, you still got to finish them, and you can see like the potential of this guy. And 5 goals in the Champions League isn't bad. It's a great start for his Manchester United career in the Champions League, but it's not a great start for this team. That was a very positive thing that I can say. So I'm happy for him, but unfortunately, like always, sometimes when, like for example, the Bayern game, he scored a goal, but didn't end up winning. Galatasaray, he scored a brace. We didn't end up winning. Today, he scored another brace. He didn't end up winning. We didn't end up winning. So it's like it's always we can never win a game, and he can never actually like be happy for once that we actually score to go and be happy for the guy, because it's always something negative. And the Rashford challenge, I don't think it was a red card in my opinion, because what are you supposed to do in that scenario? Like, you're supposed to turn your body. How are you supposed to know whether or not he's not even looking at the player. He's not even looking. He's just trying to protect the ball. So he's stepping there, and the guy happens the defender happens to challenge for the ball, and it's hard to even tell where you're going to be stepping at. So it's like, I get it. It's a bad tackle, but it's so unintentional and it's not malicious at all. Personally, that changed the game. Once we went down to 10 men, we just capitulated. And where Eric Ten Hag messed up is he was supposed to make the change right from the get. We've seen play teams go down to 10 men and play and be harder to break down and not more difficult. We just kept all these attacking players on and just left us very exposed in the midfield, and we just lost our heads and conceded 2 goals in the span of like 10 minutes. You can't write this, man. You can't write this, in my opinion, just disgraceful mentality that the players keep having no matter what. I don't know, man. It's just overall, I think that the players let the fans down. We were 2 goals up. We were playing good football, and I don't know how on earth we lost that game 4-3. It all comes down to mentality, in my opinion, because no regular football team with a good mentality goes down 2-0 and score and concedes 2 goals in 10 minutes. We saw Spurs went down to 10 men, and for like a good while it was a little bit hard for them to like break down. The only reason that they got exposed is because they played a high line, and that was their downfall. But you can see like teams practice and rehearse and go through plays when you go down to 10 men, and Eric Ten Hag didn't make those changes. Maybe he trusted the players, but it was the wrong thing to do, to actually trust these players, in my opinion. So overall, I don't think we're gonna make it to the Champions League out of the group stage, and rightly so, because we don't deserve it. We didn't deserve to make it out. And honestly, I'm happy, man. I don't want to go to Europa League. I really, really don't. So I'd rather just finish last and not have to. I can't be bothered, man. Like I don't want to go back to Thursday nights. I don't want these. We're not even gonna win the Europa League anyway. So what's the point? Like I'd rather just get out of Europe, and we're getting so many injuries. We're not built for that again. Like let's just get out of the competition. Hopeful that we can get into the competition next year and then start again, because if we get it out if we get out of the group stage, we're gonna get smashed by the next team. We're like, it's gonna be an absolute embarrassment, just kind of like how it happened a couple years ago where we beat PSG and then we went against Barcelona and then we got smashed like 3-0 to like Barcelona. It was a waste. It was like I'm I would have rather seen a good game, PSG and Barcelona, than see a trash game, of the 3-0 that Barca gave us. It was just terrible, and we're not ready. We're not at that level yet. And first, let's figure out a good style of play. Let's figure out our starting 11. Let's figure out this mentality before we start even thinking about being in the Champions League and playing against these great teams. Because no matter who we play, we're gonna get spanked anyway, and we're not gonna make it far in the competition, and regardless. So, what's the whole point of even being in the competition if we're just gonna keep getting smashed? And we don't have the mentality for it. We don't. Bruno, I thought was okay today. He stepped up in the penalty. I was very proud of him for that. But again, the mentality is everybody. Like nobody's exempt. They're not even Eric Ten Hag. No one's exempt from being 2-0 down, from being 2-0 up, and then losing the game and then conceding 4 goals after that. It's to Copenhagen is not with all due respect, Copenhagen is not even a great team like that. Like if they were in the Prem, they would probably be, who knows, man, like near relegation zone, near there. Not quite there, but they'll be above there. But still, like we shouldn't be conceding 4 goals to these guys, and it's not good enough, man. And I don't think nothing will change until we actually get a good a starting 11 that we can actually trust, and that we can't trust none of these players. Varane today just looked bothered. He definitely had a falling out with the manager, in my opinion. And I don't know why. It could be because of Derby, but when this guy came on, he was one of the worst players on the pitch. And for someone to be like, of his caliber, that's won multiple Champions Leagues and had that mentality, it has to be something going. There has to be something going on with him and Eric Ten Hag and these players or something. He's definitely unhappy, and it just sucks that we can't depend on these players to win a simple game of football away from home. It's not that hard, man. Like you go down to 10 men, it happens. Okay, it was disgraceful. The call was disgraceful. Cool, it happens. But you got to keep your mindset, you got to keep your mentality, and you got to defend. You got to, for the last goal, Mount, everybody's supposed to be everybody's supposed to be behind the ball. Mount is just like so high up, leaving so much space for this the 17-year-old kid, I forgot his name, to just smash it in the top corner. No one closes him down. Everyone is just lackadaisical to tackles. They're slow to tackles. They're slow to react. Mount is all the way high up. I don't know why. I don't know why this dude is high up. If I know we need to go, but at that point, dude, just sit back, take the fucking point, take the point, and that's all you need. Just take the point, and we couldn't even do that. Man, it's not good enough. And honestly, I'd rather be out of the Champions League than have to deal with another Wednesday or Tuesday night of us getting absolutely embarrassed. And you know what? I hope we don't. I mean, not that I hope, of course, I hope that we win and get through, but for what, man? Like, it's just gonna be a waste. You know what I mean? In my opinion, it's just gonna be a waste of time. And you know what? The manager has some blame too because he needed to make the changes and he wasn't quick enough to make those changes. And and it wasn't good enough on all ends, and that's all I can say, man. It just sucks being a Man United fan, and we're gonna have to hold it. We're the makers of our own downfall, and but yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I just wanted to make a quick reaction video. If you guys liked anything that I said or agree or disagree, feel free to comment, smash the like, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, until next time, guys. All right, take care, peace.